Hi everyone, welcome to another free family art project. I'm Autumn, the education coordinator for Studio 23. So today we're going to do a project inspired by the art of artist Mark Petrowski. If you got to watch the clip that Tara just did previously, you got to see some of the work that Mark does. And one thing you may have noticed about his work is he has a lot of line and a lot of color in his work. So I thought it would be really fun if we could do a continuous line still life drawing. So this is a pretty simple project because the point of this is not to have it look perfect. Many times it looks simplified or abstracted, and that's what you want. So this is actually a really fun way to either introduce still life drawing to students, to young students, or even for a fun little refresher for adults. I mean, because still lifes aren't always the most fun to do, but they're very important to an artist. So this is just a fun way to mix it up a little bit. So anyways, for supplies, you'll just need any kind of paper you want and something to draw with. I'm choosing Sharpies because it'll give me a little bit brighter colors, very similar to what Mark has in his art. And then I also have set up a still life. I just have some really basic items that you can use to set up a still life. I've got a vase of some fake flowers, an old soda bottle, an old paint can, and a couple of apples. Now you could easily just use anything you have set up around your house. You could use anything from stuffed animals to something that you maybe have like in your fridge. Fruit always works great. So really anything, sky's the limit when it comes to this. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the camera all set up and I'll show you how we can get this done. All right, so what you're gonna do is, the most important part about a continuous line drawing is one, that you try to keep your pen down on whatever you're drawing on as much as possible. So you really don't want to have to lift it up at all. That's kind of an important part. And then secondly, you don't want to look at your paper. If you do, you want to make sure it's just maybe once or twice. You really just want to look at what you're drawing, and you really just want to sort of look at the outline or the contour. Some people even call this contour drawing. So I'm just going to get started. I think I'll use, let's see, I think I'll use a nice basic color, like a blue. And I'm just gonna find some place to start, put my marker down, and just go for it. Now the whole time I'll be looking at what I'm drawing, not my paper, so it's not gonna be perfect, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Now see, I don't want to pick up my pen at all. I need to try and get creative with it and to figure out ways to draw these things without picking up my pen. Okay. So here is my contour drawing. All right. And then now what I want to do is I want to consider how I want to fill it in. Now, if you look at my original, there's a few different ways you can do it. You can do, or you can even mix it up, but see here I did just a lot of different lines and colors to try and fill it in. Or up here I just chose different spots that you could fill in different ways. Let's see. So I think we'll just stick with filling in different spots here and there. Now I'm going to specifically choose colors that help me, you know, that I should say help the my audience kind of get what I'm drawing, since this is not perfect and you might not be able to tell right away. So I'm going to try and help them a little bit. So what I mean by that is I'm going to make some of my my leaf area green. I'm going to make some of my flowers orange. You know, just try and help them out a little bit. Now, you don't have to do this at all. You could really just go crazy with it and do arbitrary color and turn it into almost an abstract piece. And I think that would be absolutely fine as well. I'll just color in a few more areas so you can see what I'm talking about here. All right. The other thing with contour drawing is you really want to make sure you go slow and take your time. It always turns out better if you take your time. Obviously, I can't quite do that because I have a little bit of time constraints when I do the videos, but I'm sure you guys will take your time and make it look nice. All right, let's see. And I'll just fill in a few more just so you get the idea. And like I said, you could even do just lines or something just to kind of, and maybe you're just going to do lines or something in the color of the item. So like this is an apple, so I'm doing red. You know, get creative with it. All right. And I think that's good enough. Like I said before, you could fill it in as much or as little as you want. But this is our Mark Petrowski inspired continuous line drawings. And if you do this project, of course, we would love to see your examples. Make sure and tag us, #Studio23OnTheGo or #MakeArtVirtual. And that's it for me. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Up next is Val.